Welcome back mga kabarangay sa PhD channel, ang Philippine Diversity Channel. No? Ito pong ating bagong channel ay focusing on the diversity of the Filipino dito sa New Zealand, sa Pilipinas. Diversity in looks, ito, matanda na, looks, mga bata, diversity in culture, in gender, sa lahat ng mga aspeto. Sa gabing ito, napakaswerte po natin dahil last year, nakausap ko sila at naintriga ako sa grupo nila. And they have been awarded also ang Pinoy Adventurers New Zealand. At kasama natin si Marose Marfori, ang founder ng PANZ. Marose, kumusta na? Kumusta ka na?
Kamusta rin, Kuya Rene? And unang-una, happy anniversary, happy 30th anniversary sa Barangay New Zealand. So congratulations.
Yes. Oo, special talaga to. Special, kaya nga swerte ko dahil kayo ang yung sa special ko ng 13 years. Okay, kindly introduce yourselves, no? Teka, Marose, you are from, kasi natanong ko na to pero nakalimutan ko na, senior moments na ako. Hindi ka naman taga Cagayan de Oro, di ba? Kasi ang mga Marfori na kilala ko, mga taga Cagayan de Oro. But you're not from Cagayan de Oro, di ba?
Hindi po, bali, madalas tanungin sa akin yan kung tiga Cagayan de Oro or tiga Davao. Pero ang family ko nang galing sa Laguna, Calawang, Laguna.
Oh, Calawang, okay.
Yeah. Pero lumaki po ako sa Quezon City, Batang Quezon City.
Batang Quezon, QC. Okay. So, introduce natin ang ating mga kasama. Si Riza, kasi siya yung huling kaya naalala ko siya kasi siya yung huling na iniikot namin. Riza, kumusta ka na?
Okay naman, kamusta? My name is Riza Peñaflor. I'm from Imus, Cavite, but yung mga Peñaflor is from Mendez. And 3 years in New Zealand pa lang ako and enjoying it, especially with PANZ.
So you are the student, ikaw yung nag-aaral?
Ay, naku, hindi po, pero thank you.
Kasi lahat sila mga estudyante, mukhang estudyante. So okay, so you are from Cavite, Mendez, Imus, alright. So anong sector ka? Are you sa IT, mga ganun? Anong ginagawa mo?
I can say more on hospitality, and because I'm currently my work is a meeting and events coordinator for ANZ. So, but we're more into the hospitality, but like the corporate side. Hirap i-explain, but yeah.
Yeah, oo. Last year ang na-attend kong ANZ exhibition, yun sa The Cloud. Last year, yung mga migrants, di ba? Last year before the lockdown. Tapos, wala na, hindi na nag-ano.
Sa migrant banking.
Si naman, si Tay. Hi, Tay. Good afternoon. Good evening.
Hello po. Firstly, thank you po, Kuya Rene, for inviting us sa show nyo. And hello po sa mga kababayan natin na nanonood at this point in time. So my name po is Tay Marcon. My colleagues po know me as Naida Tiongson, so that's my maiden name. I've been in
maiden name? Ha? May asawa ka?
Married na po ako.
Babata nito mga guests natin, no? O matanda lang talaga ako, parang gano'n. Okay, Tay. Sorry. Yeah. Sige. Okay, go ahead, Tay. Go ahead.
From sa Philippines po, I'm from Pampanga, so Kapampangan po ako. I've been in New Zealand for about 8 years. So, ang kasama ko po dito is yung husband ko, who is also into outdoors and member din po siya ng PANZ.
So you also work in the hospitality sector or saan ka
I work in retail po. So
pareho kayong
work in the supermarket channel.
As a supermarket.
Opo, sa Woolworths New Zealand po.
Okay. Mamaya tanungin ko si Marose kasi may bagong role yan eh. Di ba Marose na-promote ito si Marose eh. So mamaya tanungin na, manager yan eh. Ngayon si, I didn't know your name eh. Si Matthew, kumusta? Kumusta ka dyan, Matthew?
Hello po.
Ikaw yung estudyante.
Yeah, ako po yung estudyante.
What are you? Anong kinukuha mo, Matthew? Anong kinukuha mo?
I do comsci po sa University of Auckland.
Wow.
Second year na po ako. Planning on pursuing machine learning and AI po for third year.
AI, artificial intelligence. Wow. Saan ka sa Philippines, Matthew?
4 years na po kami dito, so medyo recent lang din kami. Taga Pasig po ako, Pasigenyo.
Pasig, okay.
Yeah, ever since doon na po ako nanirahan sa Pasig po, Ugong,
Okay.
Pasig.
That's good. Thank you, Matthew. No? So silang tatlo ay kasama po sa, so you call it not PANZ but PANZ, yung ba yung tawag doon? PANZ, ang Pinoy Adventurers New Zealand, Marose? Is that how you
Yes.
call your group?
Well, it has become the nickname. We used to call it completely Pinoy Adventures NZ. Kaso, alam mo naman, hindi madaling mahilig sa nicknames or shortened names. So, parang, ginawa na namin PANZ. Para,
PANZ.
Yeah.
Okay. Parang may nickname, parang ganun. Ano? Tell me about your new role pala, Marose. Congratulations, Kasi I saw that you moved up to another, yung work mo. So, kumusta na yung Kasi it was before the lockdown, di ba? Yung parang...
Exactly before the lockdown. So, prior to the lockdown, about 2 weeks before the lockdown, I joined Orang Mariki as a senior organizational development advisor. So, I was with New Zealand Post prior to that. So, from the state-owned enterprise to a public service.
Tsaka nakikita... Sige, go ahead, Marose. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I've only been probably reporting and coming to work for about 2 weeks before the lockdown happened. So it's kind of unusual time to be in the lockdown and still be new at work or new in the job.
Yung mga kaibigan, yung Oranga Tamariki, yun yung Ministry of Children ba? No? Tama? Is it the Ministry of Children? Taking care of yung mga batang-bata pa. So, So, yun ang mga roles ni ginagawa ng ating mga kasamahan. So, PANZ, what's the latest with PANZ? Kasi you were given an award by Filipino Migrant Newspaper, di ba? Yung parang before the lockdown. So, congratulations sa grupo. Ano ang mga natin? Update na before we go to Auckland Angels.
Yeah. Siguro since the last time we spoke, that was I think June last year.
Yes.
So in the middle of the lockdown as well, our membership has significantly, exponentially, grown. So parang yung COVID cases na nagkaroon ng outbreak na talagang exponential, growth, and it's a bad comparison, but the point is from about 800 members, it has become massive, parang 2.2 thousand na.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say probably compared to the other community groups, it's still quite, a small number, but I guess the difference we make is that we are not just an online community, but we actually get people to get out, connect, not just with nature, but with our own culture and with one another. So, kumbaga merong active involvement, hindi lang online ang engagement. So, since for the last probably 12 months, so that's from December last year up to November, we've had about 17 events delivered, and considering the last 3 months where we were locked down, pero naka 17 kami. And some of the highlights were just before the lockdown, we had the tree planting with the Department of Conservation, which was also part of our celebration of our 4th year anniversary as a community. And then we also did take another big group to Tongariro Alpine Crossing during winter, of which, for most of the Filipinos, it was their first time to experience snow.
Yes, very good.
Hindi lang experience snow, but to actually hike about 19 plus kilometers in winter conditions. So, like Riza was there in the previous years, Matthew was there. Tapos, we also had like big group hikes like that were attended by 60 people, and we had events all the way in Christchurch, Rotorua, Wellington.
Sa Christchurch, may membership na kayo sa Christchurch. Oh, okay, very good.
We're all over now, and our attendants also come from different parts of New Zealand. Plus, of course, the bulk of the membership is coming from Auckland. majority is from Oakland. But still, for as long as merong ground to walk on or to ride your bike on, nagkaka-connect-connect yung mga Pilipino all over. Yeah.
That's good. Very
So,
good.
yeah, that's been, I would say, almost 500 attendees and participation in the last 12 months. I counted the number, Matthew. Minomonitor namin yung number of attendance eh. Kanina nagbilang ako, ilan ba yung nag-attend in the last 12 months? And then, but unfortunately, of course, in the last 86 days, we've been on lockdown here in Oakland. So
Correct.
we've been very limited to what we have done was a virtual hike instead. So we still try to encourage people to get out. Pero connect na lang kami via Facebook Live. Still connected virtually, but walking in different parts of the country. So we had somebody join from Christchurch, somebody joined from Wellington, some people joined from Oakland. So far, yeah, we've been very active. Nothing stopping us from, I guess, regaining the momentum that we have, started.
Of course.
Yeah.
Kasi sayang naman, di ba? I mean, you guys are doing so well. And tatanungin ko nga itong tatlo eh. Anong nakaka-attract sa inyo yung sa PANZ? No? Umpisa natin kay Riza. What attracted you to join the Parang, siyempre, meron kang nakita.
Kasi, yeah, like-minded people, tapos the love for outdoors. So when I came here sa New Zealand, so wala akong kilala. So I'm living with my partner, so wala akong community. So and then when I discovered PANZ, so I found like-minded people, and then I get to explore outdoors because hindi ako mag-explore mag-isa. Takot akong gumala mag-isa. So
okay.
So luckily I found PANZ, so I was able to bond with our kabayans over outdoors and food and anything under the sun.
Nice. Ikaw, Matthew, nag-high school ka dito, no? Bago ka nag-uni, nag-high school ka muna, no? So, di ba, mga bagets, may mga, iba yung mga activities niyan, di ba? Pero what made you decide to join itong PANZ, Matthew?
Bago po kami pumuntang New Zealand, I never really thought na I would be someone who would like the outdoors. Kasi nga po Pasig, laking city siya. Laking city ako. So, I never really figured na matutuwa ako na mag-hike and pumunta sa labas. And when I went to New Zealand, inintroduce po ako ni Marose dun sa hiking, and I really loved it. Napaka-therapeutic niya and relaxing. And being in a community, being in a group like PANZ, tapos showing people how much, how beneficial, tapos how strong this activity is, for your mental health, and for all, like any type of health out there, parang nakaka-fulfill siya in a way. Yeah.
That's right. Kasi nga, sabi nga ni Matthew, city boy, no? Parang, ako kasi laking probinsya ako, although most of the time, most of my years dahil sa Metro Manila na. But, yeah, iba kasi yung outdoors, diba? Lalo na sa New Zealand, di ba? Parang
fresh
outdoors
air
sa Metro Manila is iba naman ang nalalanghap mo. Pero dito, ibang-iba, no? That's good, Matthew, that, you engaging in it. Nung last year, in-interview ko si Marose, sabi ko, ano ba anong age? Ano ba age pwedeng Sabi ni Marose, kahit na basta yung physically fit, ganun. Challenge nga ako ni Marose, kasi may binanggit ka sa may Waitaki ba yun? Yung parang may pupuntahan kayo na hindi naman ako sumama. Sabi ko, 64 na ako para pwede ba ako dyan? Sabi ni Marose, pwede kang yung I think it is the spirit siguro sa loob mo na parang gusto mong to commune with nature. Ganun ka rin ba, Tay? Kasi ikaw, Imus, Mendez, di ba? Mendez, nasa, Silang, Mendez, Tagaytay, di ba? Parang, sa kabila pala yung Mendez. Sanay ka na sa mga ganun, Tay, di ba?
Opo. So, ako naman po. Sorry. So, ako naman po, very similar to Matthew. Parang yung sa akin before when I was in the Philippines, pag outdoors, usually going to the malls. Parang yun na yung outdoor activity for me. And
Exactly.
then when I moved to New Zealand, I was just impressed by, by the outdoors here. There's so
Mm,
much greenery out here. And there's so much trails around, tapos free pa. So it's just really within reach.
mm,
Why I joined PA and PANZ. Firstly, I'm good friends with Marose. And secondly, it's an opportunity for me to reconnect with my fellow Filipinos. So minsan you feel a bit homesick kasi lalo na
mm,
ngayon you can't really go home to the Philippines. So
mm,
just being within other Filipinos and just having catch ups, in Tagalog or whatever
mm,
language,
Yeah.
Filipino language or Filipino dialect it is, makes you
mm,
feel like you're at home.
mm,
It's
mm,
also a good time to reminisce some of our experiences back home and also
mm,
experience the outdoors or experience the nature
that's
that
correct.
we have
Oo.
here.
Mhm. Sabi nga nila kasi pag nasa kahit anong parte ng mundo ang isang Pilipino, 'di ba? Minsan ang support system mo, yung mga kababayan mo kasi not all the time naman nandun yung kamag-anak, 'di ba? So you make new friends, new memories na ano. And parang nai-imagine ko nga 'no, nag-o-overnight kayo kasi 'pag umaakyat ng, Tongariro yung mga not akyat pala, 'pag nagha-hike, nagta-tramp papunta sa Tongariro. So, siguro may campfire parang gano'n or sa bunkhouse o hindi ko alam kung ano. Pero yun yung mga bonding moments na hindi mo maano yun, eh, hinding-hindi mo makalimutan, hinding-hindi mo no amount of ako kasi Boy Scout ako, eh, so alam ko no amount of money kasi hanggang ngayon naalala ko yun. Naalala ko yung mga skills na inaano, yung bonding 'no. So lalo na ngayon dito sa New Zealand. Maros, that was I think your main ano mo 'no, yung when you started this kasi iilan lang siguro kayo na, ah, ano talaga yung ano, yung parang pinaka-core nitong fans, Maros, when you started this one?
Before I answer that, I just want to mention that si Tay was actually one of the first who attended an event 4 years ago. So she's been around, other than we're friends, she's been around and, you know, Pinoy adventures for the last 4 years. So isa siya sa
Mm.
pioneer, first joiner. And
Mm.
Rene has been around for about 3 years. Yeah, so for the most part of, Pinoy adventures. And Riza is the youngest in the group in terms of, you know, uh, being the newest joiner, but you've been around for about a year now. Yeah,
Mm.
I remember you joining
Yeah,
about
more
November
than.
last. Yeah, so I still remember when exactly they joined and the month, and even if we've had thousands of people joining in, so I guess so it came about as a desire. Actually, there was somebody who openly just said, "Meron bang hiking group ng mga Pinoy sa New Zealand?"
Mm.
And I said, "Wala sa pagkakaalam ko, pero we can always create one." So there was an opportunity to create, a community utilizing, I guess, nature, which is sabi nga ni Tay, libre, very accessible, to be able to connect not just with nature and experience the mental health well-being benefits, but at the same time, sabi ni Riza, it's an opportunity to reconnect with your culture, with your kabayan, and sometimes just reminiscing stories from childhood that you all shared or probably experienced back home, even if you come from different provinces and speak different
Mm.
languages, dialects, merong commonality. And then nasabi mo rin, Rene, na when you have this bonding moment, or I would say shared experience, na naghirap kayo, nahirapan kayong
Mm.
lakarin ng 19 kilometers, nagkaroon kayo ng maraming blisters, sumakit ang tuhod, sumakit ang iba-ibang parte ng katawan, nagtutulungan kayo, nag-aakayan, then it becomes really a unifying factor.
Mm.
And alam mo naman yung kultura natin bilang Filipino, we are, collectivist, or, we're community minded. We want that, that community, or to be part of the
Mm.
community. So by doing that, we are also in the process helping people who might be here on their own, or who might just be here with their partners, who are longing to be part of something that they have experienced as a child or back home, uh, and help them establish the networks, find friends, and at some point be able to do things on their own with the newfound friends. So
Mhm.
multi I would say purpose siya.
Mhm.
Primarily, pero ginagamit natin platform is yung New Zealand Outdoors. Yeah.
Kasi yung ano sa meron kasi sa I think it's high school yung outdoor education, no? So may program sila sa ganun, no? Parang dinadala ang mga estudyante sa o they enroll in that particular program, not necessarily during the not during the holiday break, pero yung during the ano talaga eh. So ginagawa nila. Kasi para sa akin, New Zealand is like a canvas, di ba? Yung parang napakagandang canvas. I mean, empty canvas na pwedeng ikaw kung ano yung gusto mong ipipinta. Gusto mong talk about, caring for nature. At walang masama na to care for nature, ano? I'm not even talking about yung climate change, yung mga ganun. Kasi kasi ako sa Pilipinas, nagtuturo ako sa kolehiyo ng Miriam, sa Miriam College sa Merinol. At very malalim ang ano ng mga madre tsaka yung mga nagtuturo doon about the environment. So there's 7 environmental principles pero yung isa ang pinaka parang nakaugat doon. And it says nature knows best, no? Walang wala kang makikitang butas doon. Nature knows best. So if you tamper with nature, nature will of course protect itself, no? Kaya 'di ba parang kayo ano, yung pupunta kayo sa etong mga lugar and then early in the morning, yung sabi nga ni Marose, yung hirap, 'di ba? Yung gigising ng maaga, you're out of your comfort zone, yung parang isipin mo, weekend ngayon, dapat nagmo-mall na lang ako sa Salinitay, Sylvia Park ako, o sa Albany, o saan ako pupunta. But there is something there that I really admire you guys for, and I hope that one day kahit na yung mga 2 kilometers na tramp ay makasama ako sa inyo. Kasi you start in different stages naman, 'di ba? Na hindi mo kailangan yung big time agad na isang tatanungin ko bago tayo yung pupunta tayo dun sa Auckland's Angels, no? Yung mga gamit, mahal ba ang mga gamit? Kailangan bang gamit na yun lang, curious lang ako yung mga anyone can answer or all can answer.
Kasi mas recent sila siguro nag-purchase ng mga gamit kaysa sa akin. Yeah.
Ano
yeah,
yung
medyo mabigat sa bulsa.
Bakit? Ba't mabigat? Mahal siya o parang ganon?
Kasi it depends kung yung purpose, like example for hiking shoes. So depende sa brand or depende sa features nung shoes, pero it depende rin sa budget mo. So I guess it depends kung more on brand oriented ka or more on like the real purpose why you're buying the shoe or you're buying the pole. Yeah. So you can find like pocket friendly ones, pero you can, I mean, if you have that little extra to splurge, you can also like get like quality ones. So yeah, it just depends on your budget.
Ikaw, Te, ikaw. Ano
Ako naman
pinakamahal
po,
na binili mo, Te?
ako pinakamahal, nako.
Lahat.
Hindi naman
Madami.
po. Hindi naman
yung
po.
mga bisikleta.
Yes, yung
Bisikleta.
husband ko po, bikes. Pero for me, I think the most expensive gear that I've bought is actually a snowboard.
A
So
snowboard, okay.
snowboard. So I'm into snowboarding po. So that's so far the most expensive gear that I've bought. But mind you, expensive. Again, you know how much do you actually spend on these types of stuff? I would agree sa point ni Riza na firstly, it depends on your budget. Secondly, it's time. So time is quite important kasi baka when do you need it? Do you need it tomorrow? Do you need it in the next month? Or do you need it 6 months from now? So if you have a lot of time, then there's actually time to do a bit of research or to actually check, Trade Me or
Yeah.
Facebook Marketplace for secondhand items. And then the third thing is commitment. So, if you're just a beginner, if first time mo pa lang to go on hikes or first time mo to do mountain biking, maybe it pays to first, if it's mountain bike, maybe it pays to borrow a bike or maybe rent a bike at first. And then if you wanted to do hiking naman, then you can borrow gear as well or buy secondhand gear. I
Okay.
think for items that are hygienic like shirts or socks or yung mga hiking shoes, then I would recommend that you actually buy new ones.
Buy those ones.
Meron namang range, merong cheap ones, merong expensive ones. It just depends on the level of commitment that you want
Okay.
want this in that certain sport.
Ikaw, Matthew, ano to,
Ah,
course-related fees, pwede yan, di ba? Parang gano'n.
most
Gagamitin
ng
niyo.
mga actually most ng mga yung mga una kong gamit, hand-me-down siya. And they proved
Okay.
really like useful dun sa current na situation that I was in na since nagsisimula pa lang po ako mag-hike,
Mm.
hindi ko pa alam kung magugustuhan ko talaga siya or hindi. Eventually, since I liked it, I started investing on this hobby of mine, which is basically similar with any other hobbies out there po, in my
Mm.
opinion. And since hand-me-downs are already like good enough, you would see na yung quality na makukuha nyo sa mga hiking gear na mabibili nyo out there is really good quality and it will last long po. So
Mm.
it's like a really good investment if you're committed to
Mhm.
kung hiking ba talaga yung nyo, yung magagusto ang hobby nyo.
Mhm. Tsaka yung yung gamit, 'di ba, parang long term naman. So might as well invest in something that's parang matagal, lalo na yung mga shirts, 'di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng shirt 'di ba may something na dapat yun ang suot mo pag nag-hike ka kasi 'di ba yung ordinary kagaya to cotton, hindi naman 'di ba something special but yun
Merino.
special.
Yeah.
Hiking
Yeah.
boots as well po.
Yeah,
Hiking boots
hiking
din.
boots
It lasts a long time
quite
and winter
important.
layers.
Ayun, oo.
Yeah.
Yung Marose and the members of PANZ, yung yung kasi sa inyo is tramping and hiking, 'di ba? Pero meron yung mga kasi may binanggit, I think si Tay was something, hindi naman extreme sports yung snowboarding, no? Pero meron kasi yung extreme sport yun. Mm. Yung triathlon, ano ba
As
yun?
I understand,
Ano yung triathlon? Are you are some of your members into triathlon? Yung parang ganon? Or it's parang ibang aspeto na yun? Anyone na
sorry, I seem to be losing my.
Okay. Baka yung
Yes.
connection ko rin. No. Hindi. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you po. So I
Okay.
think on that question po, while we're waiting for Maros to reconnect again, I don't think wala po kaming activities na triathlon at this point. However, I think we have members that are triathletes. Correct me if I'm wrong, Maros or Matthew. I think we do have members who are triathletes.
Sorry, I
Pero
lost
we haven't hosted any activities or related to that.
I guess so. From what I just picked up, yeah, definitely we do have members who are triathletes, but I guess the purpose of Pinoy Adventures is really to encourage people who are not necessarily at at that level of
Yung competitive.
I guess, yeah. So it's more about encouraging people who are on the couch or at Sylvia Park or haven't tried any other activities to give it a go with us and those in particular who are looking for company na hindi alam kung saan pupunta or natakot mag-isa, which is probably reasonable in the first place and so we just leave the triathlon and the competitive stuff dun sa mga communities that are actually into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
parang intermediate lang yung level na that we're trying to get to.
So, ngayon, punta na tayo sa Auckland's Angels, itong project ng Auckland City Mission, no? So, give me a background. Paano to nag-umpisa? I mean, paano kayo na-involve dito yung PANZ and what is it? Kasi nakita ko people collect, some of the members you collect stuff and then parang is it November 20 ba yon yung yung deadline?
26.
Okay.
21st.
21st. Okay.
So this idea actually was suggested by Riza. So one day, siguro on a Sunday afternoon, nag-message lang siya sa akin, oh, pwedeng ano to, Christmas project ng PANZ. And sabi ko, yeah, why not? Let's do it. And then we just made it happen. And so what it is, Oakland Angels. So last year, Oakland City Mission has distributed about 30,000 gifts and about 9,000. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matthew.
Yeah,
The numbers about 9,000 food parcels to families in need around Oakland. So it's with the support of organizations like us, as well as large organizations that they're able to really make Christmas, I would say, memorable and happy for a lot of families who may not necessarily have been able to do so without the support of Oakland City Mission. So since there's, I guess usually we would hold salo-salo or get together during Christmas, and since we would love to be able to give each other gifts and share food, so sabi namin, why not instead do the same but do it for people who are in need, for families and Fano in need. And then we found this opportunity with Oakland City Mission to help out, because it just makes it they made it easy for us to be able to donate. So it's just kind of collecting and being able to deliver to them on a certain day.
So what are the things na pwedeng i-donate? I mean, if I would like to donate something that ano yung pwede?
Well, to start off po, we're basically just asking, Auckland City Mission is basically asking for anything practical, and they've been stressing this out. If you're not giving anything na food related or toiletries or anything na magiging useful po sa mga kids, sa mga teenagers na they wanted na it should be new, or it should be something that would last long talaga, so we can show to them na, or so we can actually help to the best that we can. And for food parcels or anything, something na long lasting and po, so like canned stuff or something na malaki yung shelf life, because it is something that we want to donate for a long time.
So ano yung process? How do so someone gets in touch with PANZ, and then you come and collect from the homes, or we deliver it to wherever. Paano yung process ng to participate sa Auckland's Angels?
Yeah, so meron po kami mga representatives around Auckland. So we have one sa may CBD, we have one in West Auckland, we have one in South Auckland. So we're all scattered around Auckland. So the process po is, if you are keen to donate, to just reach out to those representatives around your area or around your neighborhood, and then they can organize for a meetup to get the donations, or we can organize some pickups din po if possible.
And yung, as Matthew was saying, basta durable, pwede pang gamitin, no? Hindi yung parang parang instead na sa dump mo bigyan na doon, hindi dapat ganoon, And unlike not also sa Pilipinas, a few days ago we just celebrated yung Yolanda, di ba? Nakita natin not celebrate but remember, di ba, doon nakita natin kung ano mga na-donate, no? Yung mga damit na gown halimbawa pa, hindi ganoon. It has to be practical, di ba? Yung
to add to what Matthew said, in terms of what to donate, it's very important that for a lot of kids or children or teenagers, this might be the only present that they will be receiving during Christmas.
Yes.
So how would you feel if this is the only present you're getting, and you're getting an old old clothes or some that doesn't even fit you, we want to make it special to them. So if you're gonna give anything, it has to be brand new.
Mm.
In other words, hindi yung nakasanayan natin sa Pilipinas na nagbibigay sa mga nasalanta ng bagyo na
Mm.
gamit na. It has to be really new. And yun lang. Meron ding age specific. Kung nakasulat dun sa flyer namin na meron age specific for infants, for toddlers, for primary school. Para kasi talaga yung ma-appreciate ng age group na yun, yung present.
More targeted siya. And we even have like family needs po, like gift cards or something na mas broad or practical nga po na magagamit talaga ng buong pamilya.
Will PANZ be involved in the, siyempre di ba i-collect nila yan, tapos is there a grand day na i-disseminate yan, or paano ba nila ibibigay yun sa, of course they identified already siguro kung sino yung mga possible recipients. Will you be involved also sa, kasi ang ganda nun, di ba? Parang ako na-imagine ko yung feeling mo, yung parang alam mo yun, yung parang you're really, on the ground. Meron ba kayong activity na ganon, or it's just collecting it and giving it to Auckland City Mission?
Yes, so we will just be collecting on behalf of Auckland City Mission because they have actually volunteers in-house, around Auckland as well, who will be doing the sorting. They will sort according to age groups or according to, because I myself have volunteered in the sorting part in the previous years. So they'll be in a big, area where they sort it according to age, food go together, toys go together, and so on and so forth, so that they can properly allocate it. So we will not be involved in that, as they're of course, we are still in level 3.2. So meron restrictions, of course, social distancing and all that. And as much as possible, they want to protect their volunteers as well from any external or potential external.
So etong Auckland's Angels, this will be your Christmas parang get together, or is this just part of you still have syempre yung pag-open na yung hindi pwede kasi hanggang 25 lang yung di ba? Kailangan ilang 25 yung group. But of course you're planning.
Yeah, baka may magtampo pagka merong hindi na imbita sa 25 na maximum. Kaya minabuti na lang namin na we might as well just have it in the new year. So para mas sigurado mas maraming makakasama. So but of course, a lot of groups have been formed, within Pinoy Adventures, and
yes.
they themselves would have their own small celebrations. Yeah, so tuloy pa rin ang celebration, but it will happen in their own small respective little groups. Yeah, pero yung bigger group will happen in the new year.
Okay, that's good. That's good to know. Yung t-shirt nyo ba ay para sa mga members lang yon? Di ba? Ang ganda ng t-shirt nyo eh.
Si Matthew nag-design.
Si Matthew nag-design. Ang ganda eh. So, para sa members lang yon? Para sa members lang?
No,
or,
yung t-shirts po, so all of the t-shirt profits po, it goes to the group itself. So, I mean, anyone can buy the t-shirt and use it for their own purposes. And since,
okay. Bibili kasi ako eh. Kaya tinatawag bibili ako eh. Kaya so I'll coordinate with Matthew or to Marose, no? Anong yung contact nyo? Kasi you have sa social media, no? So may Instagram, o sinundan ko na kayo sa Instagram, sa Facebook. So those are the points of contact na kung gusto ng mga viewers, listeners natin na mag-donate. But the deadline is on the 21st of November, no?
Yes,
so kukunin ko sa inyo yung mga detalye so that I can put it on the video kung yung mga dates na natin pwedeng kasi South Auckland ako, so gusto ko malaman kung sino yung South Auckland para meron ba South Auckland sa inyo? South Auckland ka ba?
Ako po yung representative for South Auckland.
Saan ka sa South? Saan ka sa bandang South?
Sa Manurewa po.
Takanini ako eh. So, pwede tayong kasama rin sa
Sige po.
25, pwede ng ano yung iabot ko sa'yo.
I'll
So,
reach out to you po after this one.
yeah, I'll get your contact details for this one, no? Because marami naman tayong pwedeng gawin, and this is something that you are doing na nakakonect pa rin sa inyong principles, sa inyong gustong gawin. When I was still living in Hamilton, yung pag-Christmas, yung Christmas Day talaga, kasi nung nawalan ako ng trabaho as a teacher, nag-caregiver ako kasi kailangan kong magtrabaho. So, yung ano mismo, yung Christmas Day, kasi syempre, may roster ka eh. So, I brought my family, tsaka yung mga sabi ko sa mga kaibigan ko, sinong gustong kumanta o mag-gitara. So, what we did was, we went into the rest home and started singing and caroling. And tinuloy-tuloy namin. Every Christmas, meron yung ganun. Ano? So, some people will do that, others will maraming bagay eh. Pero ang importante, kagaya ng nakikita ko sa inyo, nafe-feel ko sa grupo nyo, is yung care, di ba? Yung humanity, yung humaneness na sabi nyo nga, hindi mo alam kung eto na yung last na regalo ng batang ito o first na regalo ng batang ito o wala siyang ini-expect. Wala siyang ini-expect dahil pandemic, pero parang I get emotional about it kasi pag nakikita ko naiintindihan ko yung yung kahirapan coming from at such yung parang situation in the past, no. So final panawagan sa ating mga tagapakinig, tagapanood tungkol dito sa Auckland Angels and membership of joining your PANZ, no? Para yung 2 point something thousand tsaka all over pala yan eh. So meron pala kayong Christchurch, no? Kasi alam ko dun sa Christchurch, malakas dun yung yung Pinoy Mountaineers Canterbury ba yun? Kaibigan mo yata yung mga yun, Marose, di ba? Yung mga UP Mountaineers yung iba dun eh. So message for our listeners and viewers, maybe coming from the perspective of Riza, Tay, Matthew, and then si Marose. Sino gusto mag-umpisa sa tatlong bagets?
Pero ako yung mother.
Yung bagets.
Mother si
Yung totoong bagets.
Si Matthew, ikaw.
Well, yung
what's
palagi ko pong sinasabi tuwing tinatanong ako kung bakit ako sumali ng PANZ, I can just say it again na nature and going outside, going outdoors have done a lot for me na for like my mental health, my physical health and everything. And having a community na alongside Filipinos rin po, there's just something within that na nakukuha ng PANZ, na nakukuha mo sa pagsali sa PANZ and everything. And I just want to share that with everyone, and it's so fulfilling to see other people out there na nagkakasimula pa lang, tapos the next hike na pupuntahan nila, full gear na sila na bago pa lahat. Ganun. So, parang nakakatuwang tignan na ang rami pong, ang laki ng natutulong ng PANZ to everyone. And it's something na makaka-connect tayong lahat.
Thank you, Matthew, for those kind words. Si Riza, ikaw naman.
So final words from about sa PAN. So pag like Matt said, yung iba kailangan lang talaga ng someone to connect to. So the good thing with PANZ is yung ibang members, they will become your sort of second family. Mm-hmm. So you will bond during this lockdown. I can see a few of the members, they go on mountain biking or they go on their own walks, and it's just in this trying time. So it's luckily we have this family that we've created within PANZ. So we still get to have someone to talk to, and if I can say for the mental well-being, because it encourages others also to get out and go for a walk or go for a run. It's not just stuck at home. So I guess when you're a member of PANZ, you get motivated to go outdoors, and from being just an idea of a all kabayan hiking group, like we now have like projects like this Auckland Angels, where we can reach out with our fellow kabayans to help support, like our project uh, on behalf of Auckland Mission. So we're not just a hiking or outdoors group anymore. I
Mhm.
can say we're like a group of people who care about others now. It's hindi lang tayo puro lakad, like akyat bundok and
Mm.
those kind of.
Okay, ikaw naman, Tay.
Yeah, so ako naman po, lalo na during this pandemic or during this lockdown, there's lack of social events, lack of team sports, lack of family gathering.
Mhm.
It's actually good to take advantage of this time to be physically productive. And what more to and the best way to do it is actually in a community where you can actually reconnect with fellow Filipinos. Um, you know, it's I think it's hitting a lot of tick box. So it's
Mhm.
physically good for you. It's also mentally good for you, and it's also a chance to create new relationships or new families to sa point nga ni Riza, or new friends. So yeah. So if you the group, we actually cater to different levels. So don't worry, hindi lang for advanced hikers or advanced trampers yung organization. So we actually have activities that cater to different levels. So if you are interested and if you wanted to explore more about the organization or about any of the activities that we do, just follow us lang po sa Facebook or Instagram and just message any of us. We're happy to help.
Thank you very much, Tay. And finally, from the founder of the Pinoy Adventurers NZ, ang PANZ, si Marose Marfori.
Yeah, I'm just very pleased to hear, what Matthew, Riza, and they have got to say, and it, fills my heart and fills my bucket, so to speak. So when we first did it, we just simply wanted to be able to share our passion with our kabayan. Little did we know that we will be growing as big as,
Mhm.
2,000 plus, with more than 1,000 people engaged and involved in our activities, and in the process creating friendships, long-term relationships, business relationships or partnerships, and many forms of, I guess, partnerships that have been formed, bonded, and all I can say, or probably the offer I have for everyone and the challenge I have for everyone is, just give it a go, subukan lang, you know.
Mhm.
Kung hindi nagustuhan, kung sumama kayo sa amin, nag-hike kayo, hindi niyo nagustuhan kasi mainit, pinagpawisan, or mahirap, okay lang, okay lang. Wala namang commitment. Pero we're hoping na your first experience with us is isipin mo at the end of the walk or the hike or the tramp or the mountain bike ride na, uy, kaya ko pala. And it doesn't matter kung anong edad, anong gender, anong estado mo sa buhay. We want you to be able to say at the end of the experiences, uy, kaya ko pala, babalik ako ulit, gagawin ko ulit. At masaya pala talaga ang makasama mga Pilipino. And be able to really just, keep our culture alive through the New Zealand outdoors. And of course, also importantly, please, if you have the capacity, the capability, or the resources, please donate to Oakland Angels. This is our way of, I guess, paying it forward, and also, showing our gratitude to New Zealand, to Aotearoa, to Tamaki Makaro for being kind to us. For
Mm.
providing us with the opportunity to live in this beautiful country that we have all these privileges and benefits and I guess fulfillment that we can get from living this in this country. So ito lang simpleng way to pay it forward or to repay the kindness the country has given us. And Oakland Angels, please be in touch with us. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Riza, Matthew, Tay, and of course, Maros, for encouraging people to go out, to try. I mean, wala namang masama eh, 'di ba? Kung hindi pwede, di hindi pwede. Ganun lang 'yun eh. You'll never know.
Subukan.
Hindi mo susubukan. Yun nga, ako kaya susubukan ko talaga kahit 65 na ako, susubukan ko 'yan.
Exactly.
Hindi ko palalagpasin 'yan. Thank you very much again. I'm a big fan of PANZ, ha? I'm a big fan of PANZ kasi nakikita ko kayo kaya noon pinilit ko talaga hanapin sino ba yung founder ng kasi gusto kong malaman, and I hope this will not be the second and the last time na to be engaged not only online, siguro yung mga iba pang activities. And mga kababayan, nakikinig, nanonood sa atin, Auckland Angels, yung inyong donasyon, yung pwedeng pamasko, yun yung pamasko nyo. Isipin nyo na lang na may bibigyan kayong yung regalo, no? It doesn't have to be
Mga
maganda.
inaanak.
Mga inaanak, oo. Yung mga tinataguan yung inaanak nyo, hindi, nandito, merong bago na Maraming salamat ha. Thank you very much. And
Thank you
God
din. And
bless.
happy anniversary ulit.
Thank you very much. Oo. So mga kaibigan, yan po ang mga grupo ng Pinoy Adventurers NZ, New Zealand, si Marose, si Riza, si Tay at si Matthew. Ako rin po naman ang inyong Kuya Rene dito po sa ating The Philippine Diversity Channel. Maraming salamat. Mabuhay po tayong lahat. Thank you. Take care and God bless. At magpapapicture po kami. So, end na namin yung broadcast dahil